Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in, 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. Jam-packed show for you today. I'm Rob Breaux alongside David Collier. Brendan Riker in the booth today with us. Let's see, we've got Astros baseball, Rangers baseball, but not on the airwaves today because we're jam-packed with high school football. It's Friday night. Starting at 6 o'clock to midnight, pretty much any of the stations tune into some high school football. Double T and The Score both at 6 o'clock. The West Texas Friday night preview show. And at 6:30, Friendship Legacy, Wichita Falls Legacy, Cooper Tascosa, Liberty Monahans, Monterey El Paso Franklin, Coronado Wiley. And then at 9:30 after those two broadcasts, 9:30, 10, whenever they end, they'll flip it back to the West Texas Friday night scoreboard show. So 6 to midnight, high school football around the area. Double T 97.3 is your place to be. 100.7 The Score is your place to be. Friendship and Cooper respectively. From now until the end of the show, we'll tell you those and give you the stations they're on specifically. Lubbock High wins last night over Snyder, and it was 40-7 at halftime. And there was a pick six at the end of the half to really break it open. Impressive victory for Lubbock High last night over Snyder. It was their first win of the season. They'll go to San Angelo Lakeview next week. So we already got one high school LISD win out of the way. Try to get a couple more tonight.
Can we get a Friendship ISD win too?
Yeah, we'll get some Friendship ISD. We'll get some Cooper ISD wins, maybe two of them. We'll try to get all kinds of wins.
Next week, only one of them's winning.
Do they play each other?
Yes. Yeah.
See how that works.
Yeah.
Where's that home game?
To be honest with you, I will put it this way. I didn't look because I know I don't have to sit in a car for 2.5 hours. So I'll figure it out when I get there.
You'll get there, yeah. Another home game tonight as well. So you'll be in the Lubbock area at least 2 weeks in a row. That's nice.
Yeah, after a couple of road trips. Decent road trips, Abilene, Wichita Falls, yeah. Not that I don't enjoy the road trips with Paul and Keith and Braden, but, you know.
I will say, before the playoffs, you are probably max, 3 hours? 2.5? So that's nice.
Yeah. After the start of playoffs, there's always that potential of El Paso.
Right.
So.
That before the playoffs is the regular season. You're at least a little bit local.
I believe it was last year. There was the return trip to Albuquerque for.
Yes.
Yeah, that was not a fun trip. The only good thing about that is New Mexico's football rules are not the same as UIL. So once you're up by like 45. You got a running clock, and Friendship was up like 45 in the second quarter. So it was phenomenal.
A little quicker.
Yeah.
We also have college football
Oh, that's
coming.
going on too, yeah.
Texas Tech, Oregon State, the Red Raiders, and the Beavers tomorrow. We'll talk about that game as we go through today. I'm a little bit, worried's not the right word. I'm not worried about Oregon State per se. But I'm not going to be surprised tomorrow to see a little bit of a slower start offensively or defensively. And I'm not going to be surprised to see a closer, margin of victory than 48, which is the thinnest margin of victory you've had this year. So I don't think it's going to look exactly like the first 2 weeks. If it does, I'm going to say that Texas Tech is really good because I think Oregon State is better than their first 2 weeks. I don't know that a lot of people have agreed with me yet on that. But I do think that Oregon State is going to be moderately competitive. I think Oregon State has a better offense, better offensive players than several Big 12 schools. I don't know that defensively they stack up against like a Houston. I think Houston's much better defensively. But I think Oregon State has a better offense than Houston does.
Yeah, they got a serviceable quarterback. They've got a running back that's not bad and a couple of wide receivers that could be a problem. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't even know if we've seen 1 or 1.5 in the last 2 games.
Right. We have not seen a credible running back, I would say.
No.
I think you've had a few wide receivers catch you on some drags and crosses, which is still a little bit worrisome to me because both schools, Pine Bluff and Kent State, have hit some things across the field. And that is what you struggled with, amongst other things, last year. One of them was in the second quarter against some starters. So I'd honestly like to see Oregon State throw a bunch of those tomorrow just to see if you can defend them. I think Malik Murphy is a quarterback that is going to at least attempt some big plays down the field. I don't know that you've gotten that either. So I think this is going to be a really good game for Texas Tech to learn some different things. Malik Murphy is also a quarterback that's going to sit in the pocket and extend plays and get out of the pocket, but keep his eyes downfield. And you haven't really had that either. You've had 2 quarterbacks that have been quick. Really 4 quarterbacks that have been quick to get the ball out and avoid the rush. I don't know that Malik Murphy has that kind of clock, or at least he has the confidence to not be forced to have that clock, if that makes sense. He's going to stand in there and try to make a play, so you might have the opportunity to get some more sacks as well.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of the Fresno game, and they got to him a couple times, and he has the ability to spin out of stuff and not just crumple.
He's a big guy.
Like a house of cards. So
he's a stout quarterback.
Yes.
So you're going to have to bring it as well when you tackle him.
I'm not tackling him.
Well, I don't know that you or I could do that.
No. Well, I have a lot better chance than you do, actually. I'm on the football field in the final seconds of the game.
Sure.
I was going to say, if Collier wanted to try, he definitely could.
I could try.
He could run out there.
It might look very similar. Never mind. I'm not going to bring it up.
No.
No, we're good.
No, you can say it. You can say it. No. It's fine.
No, we're good.
It's been brought up 100,000 times.
That's
on
why I'm
these
not going to
airwaves.
do it.
He was going to say it's going to look a lot like the band is on the field.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Right, of course.
Or that
of course.
coach that went out there and who was it, Alabama? I got too much Bama in me. The Alabama coach that stopped the guy from running down the sideline.
Yeah.
He just got too much Bama in me. He wasn't going to mention anything at Jerry World.
We would never mention
No.
anything that happens inside that stadium, especially whatever happened in 2020.
We also have Brennan looks like keyed up for an Olton game tonight.
Very astute observation.
I like the hat.
Thank you. When I first went up there, I talked to the coach for about 2 hours. The first time we ever met, we were just sitting talking football. On my way out, I said, "Hey, have anything Olton I can wear? Because I got a lot of blue, but they're not Olton." And so he gave me a couple hats and some shirts.
Nice.
Solid look.
Very nice. I like blue and white as a color scheme.
It's a very clean look.
I like what BYU does. Speaking of jerseys,
Clip that.
we got some jersey news. We'll tell you after the break some Texas Tech jersey news and some Arizona State jersey news.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. Have Big 12 Studios on this morning. It looked like an Arizona feature. They had a feature on the football team, and now they have they had some basketball playing, Arizona basketball. Now it looks like a UCF podcast. Is this a UCF podcast on Big 12? Is it 3 UCF players?
One of them looks a little older than...
Yeah, maybe so. Well, that guy?
Yeah. It might be So there's a UCF, like their rivals or whatever site at Big 12 Media Day. It's a former NFL player.
Yes.
And he sponsors it. So anytime they asked a question, it was like, Rob Bro 24/7.
Oh, who is it?
I mean,
who is it? It's running back, maybe?
Yeah, it's a running back. I can't think of his name. But
yeah. I noticed that. That was interesting.
Yeah. So every single time he said anything, it was Latavius Murray.
Yes. Yeah, and it was like, hey, Brennan Riker with Latavius Murray 24/7 Sports.
Yep.
It's like, that's interesting. But that's cool for him to go back because he played there. So that's Latavius Murray and the boys?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite. Now, Texas Tech has a podcast studio in their facilities, right?
Supposedly, yeah.
Are we? Have we seen any content from there?
Not from the podcast. I have seen Bleacher Report content that I think came out this week. 10 minutes of video review or video breakdown with Baron Morton and Joey McGuire, and Joey was just hosting it.
Yeah.
Which I
put up on Bleacher Report. I need to. I bet they did that when TNT was here.
Yeah,
Bleacher Report is TNT.
And last week they had some Bleacher Report material, so that's probably what it was.
Another TNT game this week for the Big 12. I'll try to tune into some of that.
Who are they playing in the TNT game?
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right.
I saw it yesterday, and I meant to write that down for my notes. But we'll find that out before the end of the day.
Yeah.
We could probably find it out right now. But instead, I want to get into Oregon State, Texas Tech. This is a 23.5-point line, or at least it was last I looked. I've been digging around for like some metrics or analytics on what this game should be analytically. And I found yesterday a website that had every FBS game, what it looks like analytically versus the line. And a lot of them were pretty close. Some of them were kind of drastic, like maybe a touchdown different one way or the other. But the analytics say this game's a 21-point game. The line, I think, has moved a little bit closer to 21. It just feels to me that that's where this game is. Now, Jamie and Chuck were having a little bit of a philosophical discussion today. I don't know if you heard it, David, about what the strength of this team was, offense or defense.
Yeah, I was paying attention.
I think through 2 games, the strength of the team is the team. I don't know that I would lean one way or the other that the offense or defense has been better. I think the main reason I say that is because we haven't really seen this starting defense play a game.
Yeah.
Like
an entire game, yeah.
Like even really a full half, because you're rotating much more on defense. Mm-hmm. I mean, these guys have 20 plays tops.
Yeah.
25 maybe is the top starter snap count right now. Let's see those guys play 40 snaps. Let's see them get in a full-ish game. Because I don't think Lee Hunter's going to be out there playing 72 snaps of a game.
No.
You don't want that. You had to do that in some previous defenses, and I think it wore you down not only in games but as the season went on. So Lee Hunter's cap might be 35. But I'd like to see David Bailey and Romello Height and Skylar Gill-Howard and Lee Hunter and even that second line and these linebackers play 40 snaps and see if that's a strength of the team. I think the first quarter has been dominant twice. And if that starting defense was in there against Kent State for 4 straight quarters, would you have had that? Would you have replicated the first half and the second half? And then offensively, I keep seeing that Baron Morton has struggled. But you have Terrence Carter catch that ball on the sideline, and Baron Morton through a half is like 300 yards against Kent State. Didn't he finish with 250?
I believe so. Yeah, I mean,
he missed a couple balls. He's a college quarterback. He didn't struggle.
And then there's the, now clearly Caleb Douglas has not caught the amount of footballs that you would probably like to see, but it's not because you've been ineffective on offense.
Right.
I mean, it's frustrating for him without a doubt, but if Barron's first option is open, he's going to throw to the first option. If the second option is open, and so on and so forth.
I think Caleb Douglas will be the first option this week a couple of times.
Yes, probably. I would imagine so. You got to keep him engaged. I don't want to say keep him engaged, but I mean the fact that's a storyline.
Sure.
I remember Miles Price. That was something that they made a big thing. We have to get the ball to Miles, and I'm not comparing the two personalities.
Minnesota Vikings Miles Price.
Yeah, exactly. But that was always a sticking point apparently with him. Get him the ball earlier, he'll maybe tune out. I don't think Caleb's doing that, but no, I don't know. I'm with you. I don't know that there is an answer, and it's hard to get a grasp on what the team is because you haven't seen them. You really haven't seen them in any form of pressure situation. You haven't seen them have to play anything.
I'd like to see a defense with a pulse.
Yeah.
I don't know that you will this week as much, but I do think this Oregon State offense is going to put some pressure on you. And honestly, I hope they do. I hope just for the sake of the season. Look, just as a fan, I want to see 72-0 every week.
Yes.
That's just what I want to see.
You want to see a little adversity.
I want to see I want to see a bomb from Oregon State, and maybe it's dropped or whatever else, but I want to see some adversity and some adjustments and how this works, and a little success early from Oregon State wouldn't bother me. And I think that makes you better going through the season. Maybe they get to the one and you force a fumble or something.
I think
so they don't score. But I just, and if there is no adversity, I think that makes me feel good too because they're not allowing it.
Yeah, I just don't want.
At some point, you're going to have some adversity.
That's what I'm saying. I would like to have just a little tiny bit of something this weekend because if you just blow through the entire thing and you're doing the same thing, and I think they will, Joey even mentioned it, you're going to try to play people a little bit more this time around. But I don't want it to just be as easy as it has been because what if you get punched in the mouth and deal with adversity right off the bat next week? And you're like, oh, you haven't seen this all season long. The question to me is you want to see it, but at what point do you begin to question things? Like if the defense gives up 21 points, are you going into the Utah week frustrated with the defensive play? Because 21, if you're scoring 45, doesn't seem like
right. No.
What if you score 35 and they have 21?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're scoring late. Yeah, I think it's the course of the game.
Yeah.
If you cover, and it's an arbitrary number that's just put out, but they're generally pretty tight with what's going on.
Yeah.
If it's a close game in the third quarter and you push away at the end, I think there would be some frustration, even if you cover.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some dominance in stretches from this defense. But it's interesting. I don't know that I'll be it'll take a lot for me to be frustrated, I think, heading into week 4 if you're 3-0.
What if they score 14 in the first half but are shut out in the second half? Are you okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. I just wondered. I mean, they haven't given up any first half points, so that might.
I mean, if they score 28 in the first quarter, right, let's just go crazy.
Yeah.
Bunch of big plays, kickoff return, freak, fumble, scoop and score. It gets out of hand early. And then you still beat them 56-28 and you made some adjustments. I don't know. More after this, 100.7 The Score.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. Bobby Hot Dog says start bench cut. Bo Davis, Bo Riker, Bo Duke.
Ugh, man, that's tough.
As football players, Hope this doesn't go back to my nephew. I'd go Bo Riker, Bo Davis, Bo Duke. I don't know how well Bo Duke played football.
He was probably a quarterback, though, because he was always driving the car.
Probably. Bo Riker played both ways and played every snap of the game. Had a club and was still playing running back. Yeah. Just insane stuff. But, I mean, Bo Davis only a sophomore. By the time he's a senior, might have surpassed Bo Riker. Who knows? It's also Riker's birthday, so.
Bo Duke could also sing.
I don't know Bo Riker's musical abilities.
Not great.
Okay.
Great football coach. It's a good thing that he's good at football. He's a good football coach because he would not pass as a singer.
Fair enough. All right. Generally, we would do burning questions here.
Yeah.
But we do have some picks to make.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm going to catch everyone up on our Tiny Wheel picks that this week will involve Lucas, Choice, myself, and Sutton.
Sutton did it, huh?
Sutton is the caller.
Okay.
Sutton will provide his picks. Well, he already did, but he will be involved in the Tiny Wheel if he loses.
So Choice did it or no?
Choice is in it.
Okay.
But Sutton in lieu of a caller.
Okay.
We just had two producers make picks. But here, we're going to get Collier's and Riker's picks.
So we're not part of the Tiny Wheel.
But not a part of the Tiny Wheel.
Oh, we're not part of the Tiny Wheel? Oh,
no,
sweet.
you and Collier, Brennan, are just free to make picks. We got 4 on the Tiny Wheel, and then Craig, Collier, Riker just making picks for the prosperity.
Just for the fun. Okay.
So no pressure here, boys. I will tell you what everyone else picked if you want me to. Otherwise, you can make your free will. We'll go Collier, then Riker. Start with Kansas State, Arizona. This game is flipped back and forth. Arizona opened as the favorite. I believe Kansas State's going to close as the favorite. And I wouldn't be surprised before tomorrow morning to see Kansas State closer to, I don't know, a 3-point favorite at the close. It seems like the steam is going that way. Currently, Kansas State a 1.5-point favorite.
I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas State. I just don't. 1-3. I can't. I don't want to believe it.
Yeah. I took Arizona.
This is just straight up, right?
Just straight up.
Okay.
I took Arizona Wednesday. By Thursday, I was pretty much all in on Kansas State. I really feel like Kansas State's going to. Dylan Edwards is cleared now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just preseason, I'm going to trust my gut. I don't think Arizona's going to be good long term, and I think Kansas State will figure it out potentially this week.
I'll take Kansas State. I'll take the Wildcats. How about that?
Oh,
Sutton tried that move on accident. So that's funny. The 3 participants not in the Tiny Wheel, all Kansas State. We swept Arizona.
Really?
On the Tiny Wheel, yeah.
I would not be shocked if Arizona won.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the Kansas State faithful out there, but I just can't see them losing.
Right. Georgia at Tennessee.
I can't remember what the number is, but Georgia's won so many in a row against Tennessee. Tennessee's without 2 starting cornerbacks. I would prefer Tennessee to win, but I think Georgia will go in and get the victory at Neyland Stadium.
Where's this game being played?
Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yep.
Volunteers are finally going to do it.
Midday game as well. 2:30 kick.
That was an island for me until my buddy Brennan joined me. Pitt at West Virginia. Pitt at West Virginia. This is a touchdown game. Picking it straight up.
Pitt will win by multiple touchdowns.
I have Pitt winning as well.
I also picked Pitt. Lucas, you can imagine.
Yeah.
And Sutton also took West Virginia.
Well.
And Craig picked Ohio last week.
Craig?
See, he's
Craig,
smart.
man.
Yeah.
Craig
Craig picked Ohio last week, and now he's on West Virginia. So what does he know?
Back.
What does he know?
Yeah. Inside info.
Florida Atlantic, Kitley, going down to Miami for Pitbull. This is a short favorite for FIU.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Kitleys. Go Owls.
Who?
Owls.
Little owl humor for you.
Riveting. I'll take FIU.
That's split. Lucas, Sutton, Brennan, FIU, Craig, FIU, Choice, myself, Collier with Zach Kitley. This is a clean sweep so far. I'm not going to tell you for who. A&M at Notre Dame.
And this is just
Straight up.
Oh, man.
It's within a touchdown.
Yeah, it's 3.5.
Favored.
Right? 3.5?
Yeah.
I will take Notre Dame. I don't like it, but I don't want to pick A&M.
You know, Notre Dame always has one early letdown loss. Usually it's to a non-Power 4 team. But I'm going to say this is their letdown at home. I'll take the Fighting Aggies.
After already letting down against Miami on the road?
Well, I saw this is what concerns me. I saw a stat that Marcus Freeman is like 1-2 or 1-3 in home openers.
Interesting.
Because they've lost to...
What's his record after a loss?
That's a good question.
Let's see. Last year it was NIU.
Yeah.
I think 21 it was Cincinnati, but that was also a good Cincinnati team.
I could certainly see, and
Marshall.
you're right. Oh, for sure. You're not wrong.
Marshall was one, yeah.
You're not wrong. It's just they've normally won a game or two before that. They're
This
0-1 right now.
is the game for A&M where it's like they get the win, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, look, A&M's finally good." See, and they'll still go.
And
8
Notre
and
Dame
4.
hammered them at Kyle Field last year, and so there's that too that they're trying to punch back. Well, I'm saying that A&M.
Yeah, I really would like to pick A&M, but if it was in College Station, maybe.
Yeah.
But
6-1 Notre Dame to A&M there. Duke at Tulane. This is Mensa's return.
oh man, Duke looked awful last week, didn't they? I'm gonna go ahead and go with Tulane. Everybody fired up to beat up the guy that left.
Tulane for Collier.
I'll take Tulane as well.
There's 2 Duke picks, Sutton and Craig. Texas State, Arizona State. This is against the spread. Arizona State favored by 15.5.
Ooh. Is that a morning game or a night game there? Probably a night game, huh? Yeah. Oh, 9:30 at night our time.
Late game. And that is the TNT feature.
I'm going to go ahead and say that Arizona State a little frustrated after their road loss, and I'll take them to 15.5. Is that what you said?
15.5.
Oh, that is so much. Can I tease that down to 13.5?
No.
I'll still take them to cover. That's a lot of points.
Eat 'em up, cats. I'll take Texas State to cover.
Choice myself, Lucas, all Texas State. Sutton and Craig again. Arizona State with Collier. This is a clean sweep. Won't tell you who for. Straight up within a touchdown. Giants at Cowboys.
You seem like a bunch of Cowboys fans, so I'll go with the Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys are, as much as I want to give them crap, I think they're a lot better team than the Giants.
Chiefs, Eagles. This is in Kansas City.
I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
That made me mad.
I think the Chiefs start 0-2. They'll lose to the Eagles.
I also took the Eagles. Chargers at Raiders.
Ooh, Harbaugh, and I'll go with Harbaugh. And Pete.
I'll go with the Raiders.
The Raiders. There is a tiebreaker. We'll get it on the other side. 100.7 the score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It is hour number 3. Texas Tech, Oregon State, kicking off tomorrow at 2:30. We'll talk about that game here in a second. We just discussed Colorado-Houston. Kansas State, Arizona, another Big 12 game that's not a Big 12 game. Colorado-Houston will count for the standings, the second Big 12 game of the season. 8 o'clock kickoff in Arizona. Avery Johnson, 763 yards, 6 touchdowns, and an interception. I believe they'll be without Jerron Bradley, who Kansas State people are calling JB Bradley.
Maybe he changed his name. Maybe it's like Brendan Jordan goes by BJ.
Maybe.
So, maybe. There's people call him BJ Jordan, and I'm like, well, it's.
So are his initials JBB, or is it hey JB, and someone just heard that and they thought that's a nickname? I'll just call him JB Bradley.
No.
But it's just Jerron Bradley.
Got me, Batman.
So I think he's out this week. But Dylan Edwards allegedly back. Earlier in the week, he was 50-50. I think Kansas State will win this game. I think Arizona beating Hawaii can be explained away. And then who else did they beat? Weber State. I think Fafita has looked really good. I think Ismail Mahdi is a decent running back. But I think Kansas State can handle him. Out of Texas State last year, he transferred to Arizona. And they have some dynamic receivers replacing McMillan, but it just feels like, to me, Kansas State, after being embarrassed by Army, should go into Arizona with a point to prove. And I don't know that Arizona, beyond, hey, we're not the worst team in the league, has much of a point to prove. So I think Kansas State will be motivated to win this game.
Yeah, that's why I would be extremely concerned if I was a Kansas State fan if they don't win this game.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I know it's not a conference game, but
sure.
Man, that's a precursor to what might be a very tough season for a team that Lucas White picked as his Big 12 champion.
I want your gut reactions on a couple games. I just want you to give me a gut reaction point differential. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Samford in Waco at Baylor.
62.
Yeah.
Maybe in the 50s, 55, 56. We'll go 56 as a differential there.
Samford is 0-2, losing 34-3 to West Georgia and 40-13 to the Citadel.
Yeah, that one's going to be ugly.
Yeah, that might be 70-0.
I might have been right with my first
Brennan, gut reaction, Samford, Baylor?
Baylor by 28 points.
Oh, at least. Yeah.
Easy.
Let's see. We talked about Pittsburgh, West Virginia. 7.5 is the line. West Virginia, I think if you just talked about this in a vacuum, it's a rivalry game, throw out the records. It's at home. Morgantown should be lit. The fans will want to beat Pitt. But no Jaheim White. They also lost one of their leading receivers this week. Mark Yall's not looked great. It just does not feel like West Virginia has the horses this year to compete. And I think Pitt is a credible team. Now, they've beaten Duquesne 61-9 and Central Michigan 45-17. So who is Pitt really? But West Virginia just lost in Ohio to Ohio.
Yeah.
And so unless Pitt is overlooking West Virginia, which I don't think they will be since it is the backyard brawl, I just don't see West Virginia being competitive for an entire game. I think Pitt pulls away at the end. Yeah, and if that's by 14 or 15,
And that
it is what it is.
That was my gut reaction when we did the pick 'em a minute ago. You said the spread was 7 or whatever, and I said 2 touchdowns. I mean, I think they'll cover 14.
Northwestern State, Cincinnati.
That one I would have absolute 35.
Northwestern State beat Alcorn State 20-10. Minnesota just beat them 66-0.
That's more of a indictment on Cincinnati and not really knowing how much I trust them. But 35, they should win by 35. How about that?
Yeah, they just beat Bowling Green by 14. I think they could beat Northwestern State by 35. Yeah, that sounds good.
We're keeping track of all these, right?
No, these are just gut reactions.
But if I nail all of them, we're going to have to bring that up on Monday.
You can keep track of them.
35, 14, 63. Okay, got it.
Iowa State, Arkansas State. The line is 21.5. Arkansas State, if you're unfamiliar, beat Southeastern Missouri 42-24 and lost to Arkansas 56-14. Iowa State 3-0, number 14 in the country, but this is in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
They beat South Dakota 55-7. I don't want to go too crazy on a number here, but it would probably be around 35 is a lot. Let's go. Can we go 28?
Sure. I think Iowa State is legit.
I do too, but 35 seems like a lot of points on the road.
I think Iowa State's legit. Coming off an emotional victory, heading into a bye.
They haven't had that letdown, though, the early season letdown.
I think they might be a little sleepy.
Yeah.
The line's 21.5. I think they'll cover late.
I was about to say, so the 28 is...
So I'd say 24 or less. No, I don't think 28's crazy. I think you maybe thought I was setting up to go bigger.
No,
I'm setting up to go smaller.
No, I think this is that's why I was hesitant to say anything.
I think Arkansas State could cover.
Yeah, no, that's why 28 is the number that I'm comfortable. I can't go any higher than that.
Utah, Wyoming.
No, just
couple of 2-0 teams.
Throw a number up there and you're good.
23.5. It's in Laramie, but they beat Akron, who has not scored this year, 10-0.
Yeah.
And Northern Iowa, 31-7. So you think it's going to be a big score?
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to destroy them.
Does Texas Tech beat Oregon State worse, or does Utah beat Wyoming worse?
I think Utah, man, that's tough. Utah should beat Wyoming worse. I mean, I get it. They're on the road, but I think the elevation's pretty high in Salt Lake City, too. I'm not buying any of all that.
Bonus question. Akron has not scored this year. 10-0 Wyoming, 68-0 against Nebraska. They play UAB this week. Do they score, and how many?
10.
More after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench.
Hello.
Talking through Big 12 games here. 2 more left. ACU, TCU. Gut reaction there?
ACU, TCU. I have no idea.
Yeah.
We'll go with at least 35. What's the spread?
No spread.
Oh, that's right. It's probably more 45 or up.
Yeah.
48. Yeah, I'll go high 40s in that one.
And then Texas State, Arizona State. The line is up to 17.5.
I got it at 15.5.
We got it at 15.5, but we took. Oh, you took Arizona State.
I did take Arizona State. Yeah. That might be too much, but
I would hammer Texas State at 17.5.
Yeah.
I hit them at 15.5. So, gut reaction. My spread is 10, but yours is 20ish.
No. I wouldn't do 17. No, I struggled to go with it. It's more of what Arizona State didn't do last week that's influencing me for them to score more.
They're a much different team at home as well.
Yeah. 15 and a half is way too many points for that game. But
all right, Houston, home opener against Colorado. Colorado sells tickets against everyone. Everyone watches Colorado. It was just packed in Lubbock last year when Colorado came to town. Everybody wants to see Deion Sanders.
I think you're setting us up for something.
How many tickets has Houston sold for their home opener, David Collier?
I might have come across something. I'm going to go with about 35,000.
Brennan, higher or lower?
I was going to say they're going to sell out all 500 tickets in the stadium. I'm being mean. I would say probably 30,000.
30,000. Including their student allotment.
Their students go to the games?
So they've sold, what, 28,000?
Yeah.
26,000? How many students are you putting in there for Friday's Big 12 opener? Now, it is a Friday game. That game is tonight. It's a 6:30 Friday game. Now, there's so much stuff to do in Houston, people. It's hard to sell tickets when you're not the only show in town. Oh, my gosh.
The Astros, the Texans, Dynamo.
Wikipedia says that their stadium is 39,700 capacity. I'm going to call that bluff.
Comments.
Insane. Well, they have extender packs that they can put in there. So that's probably the extender pack version. So you think it seats, what, 36?
I'd say 35 to 36. Yeah. Being generous, too.
It is ridiculous that a Big 12 program can't sell out a 39,000-seat stadium. I don't care if it's Tuesday morning. 39,000? That is insane. Now, Texas Tech announced a sellout last week. They have 3 sellouts announced. It didn't quite look like a sellout against Kent State. But
a late arriving crowd.
It was a late arriving crowd, and for a stretch there in the first half, it looked full.
Yeah, no, it did, because I was in the press box for the first 2 drives.
Yeah.
And I don't know if many people saw the first touchdown. A good number of people, but I'm just saying on the west side.
Certainly more than 39,000.
Yes, without a doubt.
But not quite 60.
But whenever I got down to the field,
I think 55 were a lot in there for sure. And I would categorize that as a sellout, certainly.
Yeah.
And then you go to Oregon State, that's also a sellout. You've sold out 3 or 4 more. I asked Matt Dowdy, he said he was going to do some research, if Texas Tech had ever sold out every game. And then I followed up with, have they sold out 7 games in a season? I think you can do both this year. With some success, I think you'll sell out every game. But there's programs out there that can't sell 30,000 tickets. I mean, that's just insane to me.
Last year, Houston's average attendance was 27,423, which was a 23% drop from 2023. And so...
What, they were 4-8? They were 4-8, but the games were close. It's not like they were getting blown out.
Well, Houston beat K-State in Houston last year, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Was it K-State? TCU, maybe?
They did beat TCU.
They beat TCU on the road?
Because I remember making fun of my friend who's a TCU fan, and then just for Tech to lose to TCU, and I'm like, okay, well, this is...
Giggle over there.
This is embarrassing. Well, Collier knows who this friend is.
I know who it is, that's why. So I'm going to go make fun of him today.
All right, let's check.
They beat Kansas State 24-19.
There you go.
At home.
They
beat TCU in Fort Worth.
Back to the chat line. I just don't think Kansas State is good. Can totally see Arizona winning. I can see Arizona winning. I just am picking Kansas State, I think. That's a coin flip game to me. And it wasn't preseason.
No.
And so I think I'm trying to avoid overreacting to Kansas State's struggles and Arizona's perceived successes. I would just like to believe what I thought before the season was at least a little bit accurate.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I didn't think Arizona, and maybe we should have given Seth Dagey a little more credit to help out with that offense. They haven't necessarily been lighting it up. They did the last game, but it's also who you're playing.
Yeah, this texture says, no disrespect, Rob, but Tech calls a sellout, and then there are so many empty seats. We go to the game, we just don't stay. I'm not going to argue with we don't just stay, because I leave at halftime to go to the Overton, and there's quite a bit of foot traffic to get through to get to the Overton. So I'm not going to argue that point. I think if you're 10-0 at the end of the year, there will be less foot traffic at halftime. I was incredibly impressed with the crowd against Kent State in week 2 for the second straight blowout. And I think a lot of people stayed through the third.
Yeah.
There's a lot of foot traffic. I left after the third quarter this game, and I was fighting some traffic getting out of the stadium. But I've been impressed this season with the fan base, and obviously Pine Bluff. They kicked everyone out, and I was shocked that there were so many people. There weren't very many, but that anyone stayed after the rain delay.
Yeah, I was impressed that many people did stick around, because I didn't know if they were going to play it. You know, I mean, I know they made it out, but
and I've been impressed with the student section.
Yes, it has been 2
in a row, and against teams historically where you have light student attendance, especially that second game at 11 a.m.
I was about to say an 11 a.m.
And
kick too. Yeah, weather's going to be nice for tomorrow's game.
Beautiful,
80s.
Mr. B was correct. Bolden played for the Lions. He's also picking Texas State and Cam, his cousin, to upset Arizona State tomorrow.
I hope you're right.
My cousin plays center for Texas State.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Brock from Brock.
So your cousin and his cousin are doing 1-on-1s in practice, because he's a defensive tackle.
Probably.
Small world.
Small world. Who would have thunk?
Who'd have thunk? Not me.
Look at us.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.